So we do. We need to switch off here. You know, we're gonna run off into AR. What do they call it? Order volume, or what was it there in the first 40 seconds or something? The volume restriction. Well, the first thing with my Wobbles account is I'm only allowed 3 day trades a day. Who made that damn rule that I couldn't day trade past the market on an index of a tax bracket, and determining that without a sub house to say, I'm in a beginner phase. I think there should be a limit, maybe even a 90-day policy on, like, well, until you really get the feel of something, 90 days, I hold off. We hold off on Robinhood. You're new to the investment. Even if you started a new account, let's talk about, some way to say your account is over X years old when you terminate the account. This is contractual based on money stuff that you might have to do some extra steps on. And say I can open up a new account and then be immediately into the day trading function, because that's a simple turbulent flow V at the top, that element right there, and then I'll house that element when it's in that form and start to do testing on the system. We always use, what is it, alcohol on every one of the elements first, just to see how they react. Even though it doesn't look like they react, it might be a time index, or could be a temperature index to it. And first we hit those spatial locations before we move on to isopropyl or benzene and mercury thiocyanate for a side reaction to determine which chemistry we're actually trying to aim for in a critical number out to 2021 relative to where it might have been in cellophane. And so that's a volume kind of thing in terms of like how many of those wizard spells on fucking Dungeons and Dragons am I allowed done a day, when you're playing, the World Championships of Magic the Gathering, and it's about mana and systems and topologies to set up that Turing machine. Thank you, Kyle, man. Kyle coming in big today. He's out there. Gravity waves. Uh, in terms of the reference for how, again, you would want to set that up. A very limited time to explain Nuke and Mars with fog. I want to make sure I correct that. Carl Sagan, hypothetical, theoretical versions to the hypothetical. We have these costs, these are reals, indexes of the timelines of systems that are generalized in this theoretical version as a timeline that's very hot, kind of competitive. I'm not going to give you time to talk in general. Hopefully, in the timeline of the information, I've operated this system correctly to define a thought to the end game of what I wanted the most value to buy. You wanted to buy this or have an opinion about nukes or the sciences, both useful and interesting.